Hello, everyone. My name is Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the business plug. And so tonight I am on to talk to you about anything your heart desire. My guest is in Northeast America, Northeast USA. And so she may not be able to join me tonight because I understand that there are snowstorms in the Northeast and it may have impacted her. And if that's the case, then she won't be with me tonight. So we'll reschedule her a second time. We have to probably schedule her in the springtime when the weather gets better. But in any case, my name is Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the business plug. And they call me the business plug because I help new and struggling businesses find their way using courses, classes, using connections to resources. So I am a one stop shop for businesses, for small businesses. Anyone that has a business idea, I work with people normally from the time they come up with the idea until their business is about 5 years old. And why it's critical that I focus on that point is because, according to statistics, that's when businesses need help the most. That's when most new businesses need support, is during the first 5 years. So, LSMB Business Solutions, which I created in March of 2013, was created for that reason. You'll hear emergency vehicles in the background because somebody has an emergency going on right now. But in any case, I'm on tonight doing a Ask Me Anything because, hey, thank you for joining me. So, Rashmi, right? Rashmi, thank you for joining me. So tonight is Ask Me Anything. If you have a question, if you have comments, we're going to talk about all kind of things tonight. So I have on my agenda to talk about business plans. And I get questions about, why do I need a business plan? Well, you need it for several reasons. You need it if you're going to bring on partners, if you want to help somebody to fully understand your business, but also you need a business plan yourself. Hey, Tina, good to see you, girl. You also need it yourself if you have a business and you want to see if that business is going to be sustainable. You need to do a business plan in order to make sure that you can vet all the different gaps, because sometimes it's like our baby, right? So our business is just like our baby. It's something we created and we're fond of that business. Like, we love that business. That business is our heart, is close to our heart. And so we may not be able to see the gaps or the vulnerabilities in our business. But when you sit down and you do a business plan, you actually get to see it. You actually get to go through the different parts of a business plan, and you actually get to comb through your business. Like, you get to actually see, okay, well, I don't have that. Okay, well, I don't have this. Okay, well, I don't have. And because you don't have, then you understand that you cannot function properly when your business is not like it should be. So, for that reason, we have business plans. We go through the whole process of creating our business, and then we go through the organization, the management part. Do you have the right people in the right places? Like, do you have the information that you need in order to do your business correctly? Do you have all the bells and whistles in your business? The automation, the systems, the people, the processes. Is your distribution tight? Is your marketing plan tight? Do you understand how to get your shipments to your customers without them going through? Do you have websites? Do you have all the little things it takes? And building a business, there's a lot of things. And so, hey there, Queen. How are you? Good to see you. But have you vetted your business? Have you went through your business and combed through it with a business plan? Because it's going to help you to see some things you may not normally see. And so you need that. You need to have a business plan, for one. If you don't have one, then please consider getting one. And here's the thing. So I actually help people by creating business plans, but I always like people to go to the free stuff first, right? So I'm going to put in the chat where you can go and get a template to begin working on your business plan yourself, right? So the SBA.gov is where you can go and start working on your business plan yourself if you don't have one. I'm not, it's not, this is my ministry. So it's not about me making all, taking your money and out, that kind of thing. What happens is I send people to the free resources first. And then if you can't get the generic, that's what they give you, generic resources, then I have them come back to me and we worked on more fine-tuned, more specific, more customized resources. So when you sit down with me to do a business plan, we actually go through your business and make sure your business is fundable. Like we talk about automation, we talk about how are you going to do this and how are you going to do that? What kind of programs do you have in place? What kind of workflow do you have in place? Like we make sure that you have a clear idea of how this is going to work. And we do that by walking through the first time somebody comes into contact with you. Tell me about their experience. Tell me what should and shouldn't happen. Like it's not just me doing a business plan and writing, because most people want a business plan. They come to me, they want me, Linda, can you write me a business plan? Sure. Okay, when I tell them I'm going to take up your time because I don't know your business, like sure, I could just get a generic plan, put it together, and hand it to you. But let me tell you, when you go to have conversations with people for funding or for support, and you can't tell them what's in that business plan because you have no idea, then that's a waste. That's a waste of money and a waste of time. And so what I do when I'm doing business plan with people, we walk through your business. I ask you, okay, how is this going to work? And who's going to be in this position? And how is that going to work? Like we talk about your business plan. We talk about the business in full, 100%, all the way down to the nitty gritty of the finances. Like what startup money do you need? And then what does it take to keep your business going, right? And I always suggest when you're doing your finances for a business plan that you actually go out 3 months, because the first 30 days are going to go like that. Like you're going to pull that business up and 30 days next, it's going to be time to pay that note. But then you still have another 2 months before you're actually in balance, where you actually know what you're doing. So I ask all my clients to, when they're applying for funding, to think about what it takes to operate their business for at least 3 months. And if they're going for funding, to try to get that amount, as opposed to, I just don't need to get enough startup funds. No, you don't. You need the startup funds, plus you need 3 months, 3 months to cushion you so that you're not driving yourself crazy because you can't pay your employees or you can't pay your bills, or because you need to know everything it's going to take to keep your business going. So we go through that. And I know it works because my business owners come back and say, "Oh, I'm so glad you had me do that," because 90 days went by like that and we were not ready. And if we didn't have that money to sustain us, we would have been in a lot of trouble. So doing that, and understanding that you have to really, really comb through. That's the main thing. If you get nothing else from this conversation, know that if you are a business owner, you need to do a business plan so you can comb through your business and understand how your business is to function. Hey there, lovely. Good to see you, love. Thank you for joining me. So that's the first thing. Like I said, this is Ask Me Anything. So if you have any business questions, go ahead and ask me. Another thing I want to talk about is certifications. Woo, certifications. So you need to be certified with your local government. You need to be certified with your state government, and you need to be certified with the federal government. Thank you, love. It's good to be seen. And so the thing about it is, with your local government, like your city, the city of wherever you live, you need to get on their vendor list. And the reason you need to do that, because there are contracts that you can have with the city where you live, and those contracts actually are good recurring income. I talk about these business owners who go out and they do one and done, work one time and done, one and done, pay. Okay, you can't scale a business like that, first of all, because you're going to always be trying to find one more customer and one more customer and one more customer. But if you get contracts, then you do the work, what you do in your genius, and then you have constant revenue coming in periodically every 30 days, 90 days, 60 days, however it flows. But getting contracts, I want to change our mind about the one and done, because if you're going to scale your business, if you're going to grow your business, you need to be thinking about contracts. How can you get contracts for your business? How can you do that, right? So how can you get contracts for your business? How can you get recurrent income so you're not chasing customers, you're actually attracting those customers that you want to work with? Okay. So yeah, absolutely. So go to your, hey Tina. Yeah, glad you're my first question. Love it. So go to your city's website. So here in Chattanooga, where I am, is chattanooga.gov. So put your city.gov and see if that brings up your city's website. If not, go to Google and Google your city and see what their website is. But go to their website and then go under diversity if they have a diversity section, or go under a procurement section, or go under a purchasing section, because it could be any of those depending on who's doing the website. It can be procurement, it can be purchasing, it can be diversity, it can be all of those or any of those. But in any case, those are going to tell you how you can get to be a vendor for your city. Now, that's the city part, right? So the second part of that is the state. So the state is where you're going to go and get, they have, so it's called and I'm going by Tennessee because I'm in Tennessee, but in Tennessee we have the governor's diversity business enterprise. And so going to the governor's diversity enterprise, it'll tell you how to get certified. And when you get certified, it actually puts you in the front of the line for governmental contracts, right? For your city and for the state. So you want to go to your governor's diversity business enterprise and register. And by doing this, you actually get, they have set aside contracts where they put those. Oh, great. That's where you go then, Tina. So go, yeah. So go to your city first, right? Because we're talking about certification at the city level, the state level, and then the federal level. So go to the governor's DBE is GOVDBE, I believe. And I'm going from memory, which I had COVID, y'all. the memory is, yeah, it's kind of special. But go to the governor's diversity business enterprise, and you can put that in Google and it'll bring it right up for the state of Tennessee. And it'll tell you how to get certified, right? Follow the instructions, do exactly what it says. You have to register for Edison and you have to register with them. So it's two different things you have to do, but it works. So do that. And then at the federal level, right? So you should have a DUNS number. And that's like a social security number for your business, a credit number, a social security credit number for your business. So you go to DNB, and I'm going to put that in the chat. DNB.com is what I believe that address is. So DNB.com is where you would go to get your DUNS number. DUNS number. People ask me all the time, how do I get credit for my business? So you go to DNB.com to start that whole process, right? And Lovely, you asked me a question. How much tax should I be charging on your website? That's a great question. So how do you find out how much taxes you should be charging? You go, and there's actually a table. You can go to, and you can actually Google it. Go to Google and say, what is the sales tax in Tennessee? And it'll bring it up. But the way it's done, it's actually two parts. So you have a county tax and a state tax. So it's two different parts. But if you Google it, it's going to get you exactly what, I think it's like 9.25 if I'm not mistaken. But it's broken up. It's two different components to it. So you want to make sure you check that. Okay. So yeah, so if you have a DUNS number, back to the DUNS number. Oh, DUNS, DUNS, right there. That's right, Lovely. Back to the DUNS number. If you have a DUNS number and you get that, like I showed you at DNB.com, then you go get that DUNS number. And with the DUNS number, you actually go to sam.gov. So right now they call it betasam.gov. Now let me tell you, you need to go there. And the reason you need to go there, because this is how you register. You like anything to do with the federal government, this is how you register. You have to have a SAM's number. You have to be in SAM in order to do it. Because I think it's System Administration Management. I think that's what SAM stands for. But you have to go System Award Management, something like that. System Award Management, maybe either. But in any case, it's an acronym, SAM. You go to SAM. with your DUNS number, because you have to have it. And then you register for sam.gov. And the reason you have to register for sam.gov, that's going to get you for grants, for government grants. That's going to help you when you're talking about um, doing government contracting, like the set asides, and that's going to help you when we're talking about certification, right? When we're talking about certification. No, it shouldn't be breaking up. It shouldn't be breaking up. I'm sorry. Is it breaking up for anyone else? The video? I don't know. I don't know. Shouldn't be breaking up. But in any case, when you're talking about SAM, when you're talking about sam.gov, right? When you're talking about sam.gov, that's where you're going to go because it helps you to get contracts. It helps you to do grants, government grants. You have to be registered in SAM. And it helps you if you want to get certified by the federal government. Now, I told you, certifications, 3 different levels: registering with your local city as a vendor, registering with the state as a diverse business enterprise, and then registering with the government, the federal government, under sam.gov for the federal. So it may be your Wi-Fi, sweetie. Is anybody else having troubles hearing me? Nobody else is saying anything. If you can hear me, then please let me know. If you're watching this and you can hear me, please let me know. But yeah, so you want to do that. You want to register at your state, at your city, at your federal government, like those 3 certifications. So that's the certification piece. The other part we're going to talk about is grant proposal. Okay, good. We're going to talk about grant proposals. So yesterday I did a session. I started to do a session on how to get grants, and then not just how to get grants, but who's giving grants, and then how do you apply for them? Because there's wording that you need to understand when you're talking about grants. You need to know where to go to get them, true, but you also need to know what to say when you get there. So knowing that, oh, great, Tina, great. Wonderful. I just want to make sure I'm not breaking up because, technology works perfect till it doesn't. And so we're all at the mercy of technology. So understanding where grants are is one thing. But once you know where they are, then, okay, what do I need to say when they're asking me these various questions, right? I had one of my girls email me the other day, and she was saying, am I saying the wrong thing about the grants? Because here's the thing. Most of the grantors want to support you and your business, but they want to support your growth. They want to support that you're going to do well. They want to support that their money is not just going to fly out the window. So when you are applying for grants and you're saying, well, I need this grant because I want to do more marketing. Okay, marketing dollars are kind of, once you spend them, they're done. Like, and if you don't market it right, they're very risky. So if somebody's giving you money for marketing, and there are some people that are in the marketing industry who will give you grants for marketing. But most of the other vendors who are not in that field because with the ones who will give you money for marketing, they're going to show you how to market it, or they're going to do it themselves. So, and that's very different because the risk for them is a little bit less. But for everybody else, if they give you $10,000 for marketing and then you don't market it right, that's just $10,000 went out the window. So unless they're going to teach you how to do it, most grantors are not really wanting to pay for your marketing. But what they will pay for is something that's sustainable. So like if you're going to use the money to hire a new assistant or hire a new employee, which is going to help you to have longer, more sustainable revenue coming in, right? They're taking some work that's going to add to your capacity. And so that's more palatable to somebody who does grants than it is for somebody to say, well, I'm going to use this money for marketing. So another thing is, as you know, I'm gonna get this new machinery that's gonna make me faster or allow me to build more. Those are kind of things that are sustainable. So most people, grantors, like things like that. Like if you say, I'm going to get a new computer system, I'm going to invest in a new copier, I'm going to invest in, a 3D printer, like things like that add to your capacity and they add to your efficiency. And so grantors are more likely to support something like that than to support, hey, I'm going to I'm going to do some marketing with your money. Throw it out the window. Yeah, because a lot of us, and they know that a lot of new business owners, like, we think marketing is just paying for an ad. And so we'll just go out there and we'll just pay for an ad. But there are parameters to that. Why do you think it costs so much? It costs, anybody who's ever went out to try to buy marketing, it costs a pretty penny to get people to market for you. So, and that's because it takes a certain amount of knowledge. There's a certain amount of knowing what to do that goes into it. And so if you don't know what to do, then you pay somebody that does. So there, so that's the thing about grant. And then grant proposals. What I do, so I actually do that too. I help people create grant proposals. But here's the thing: we put together a grant packet. And what that grant packet is everything that you're going to need to apply for a grant. So I can show you some smaller grants. In these smaller grants, you don't need a lot of information. Like if you're trying to get $1,000 to $5,000, you may not need to put a lot of information in. Most of that is going to be you them understanding who you are, you telling them your story, you telling them what you do, and then you sending them your taxes. Like if you filed your taxes in the last couple of years, they may ask you for copies of your C, your Schedule C, which is your business tax form that's in your taxes. So anybody can do that. I'm not charging you for that. What I'm charging you for is like we spend like 10 hours together combing through your business and then connecting your business with a cause so that you can get the big money, like the 25,000 to 10,000 on up. So we talk about those kind of things because, and we tie it to a cause that you're compassionate about, so that you can partner with a nonprofit, and by partnering with that nonprofit as a as them being your fiscal sponsor, then you can get grant money under their heading that goes to the cause that both of you have in common. So that kind of thing. So we talk about that kind of stuff. That's what I do on the grant proposal side. Now, let me ask you, if you're a business owner, have you ever heard of a capability statement? Capability statement. So if you are in corporate America, or if you've applied for a job, you have had a resume, right? You have a resume. And so on your resume, you talk about all the different things you've done, where you've worked, what you do, what your capacity is as a human being, as a person, as an employee. Your business has a resume too, and it's called a capability statement. And that's what you send to people when you're trying to get contracts. So if you don't have a capability statement, then you need one. You need one for your business. And with that, you have what's called NACIS codes, NACIS codes. And you can go, I think it's NAS.com, and I may have spelled it wrong because I always get the acronym wrong, y'all. But I think it's NACIS, or it's NAICS. It may be NAICS. I don't know. Well, anyway, NAS codes. That's what it's called. Net codes. This right here. That right there. So I think that's it. I get the acronym. I know my memory, y'all. I'm sorry. COVID got me. COVID got me tough. I think it's NAICS. I think that's the name. I think it's called NAICS code. NAKES codes. NAICS codes. So these codes are like skills on your resume, right? So you know how you go to your resume, you put, I can know how to type, I know how to type, I know how to do project management, I know da. Well, for your business, you can go to the NAICS code and you put that in Google. Go to NAICS code, and they have a place where you type in what you do. Like my girl does beauty care, right? And so I'm going to just take a minute and I'm gonna find the right information. I can't be giving y'all the wrong information. So it is, let's see, NAICS, right? NAICS.com. That's where you go. NAICS. NAICS. I told you I always get it wrong. I always get the acronym wrong. But when you go to NAICS.com, go to where it says lookup, right? Code lookup. So you go there. So if I put health and beauty aids, and that's what I'm doing, I'm going to put skincare. My girl does makeup though. I'm gonna say makeup because that's what she does real good. I mean, she does that really well. So if I said makeup, Then it gives me several codes that she can use on her capability statement. One is 812112, which is for beauty salons. Another is 325620, which is toilet preparation manufacturing in the makeup industry, like if you manufacture your own makeup. The other is 611511, which is cosmetology and beauty school and barber schools, cosmetology and barber schools. So it's a cosmetic art schools for makeup and skincare. And the other is 812199, and that's for other personal services like a makeup salon. So on your resume that you create to go for contracts, you would put these codes, right? You would put these codes. And so now that I have the name of the place, right, let me put that out there. Oh, and people, I thought I had my airplane on, but NAICS.com. So that's where you would go, NAICS.com to find your next codes. And that's what you would put on your capability statement. You're going to need those also when you sign into sam.gov, because in order to get contracts, they want to know what next codes do you use. And so you go to NAICS.com and you put in what you do. But let me tell you, it's all about wording. So knowing what to put, when to put what, is going to be helpful to you. So you want to put in exactly what you do. Like I do consulting. And so for me, I'm going to put consulting, but I'm also do training. So I'm going to put, because it depends on how you write it, what codes you get. I have about 10 codes for what I do. So don't get hung up on one thing and just put that one thing. Like if I do skincare, I'm not just going to put skincare. I'm going to put beauty. I'm going to put makeup. I'm going to put all the different things that I do so that I can get different next codes. When I did just makeup, I got like 4 or 5 codes. When I did beauty, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 codes. That's how the difference is. So again, if you have a business and you're filling out sam.gov, like beta.sam.gov, or you're filling out your capability statement, the resume for your business, then you want to make sure you get all the codes, because especially with sam.gov, because when you apply for your certification, those are the next codes that people use. They'll put on the bid the next code that they're looking for. And if your business is there, it will kick out, right? And you'll get these emails when you sign up for these different organizations. You'll get these emails that tell you, hey, this federal government place is looking to contract with small businesses like yours for this code. And so that's why it's very important for you to understand what NAICS codes are, and for you to use them for your business, and you to create a capability statement, a resume for your business. If you need help with that, then reach out to me. I do resumes and capability statements. But I'm doing all this, and this is why I can tell you about it, because I do it for other clients. But these are the things that you need when you're talking about building a small business. Like, we don't talk enough about contracts, and we're out here trying to do all these calls and get all these people on our list and do all this other stuff, this B2C stuff. But what if you could do B2B stuff, and where you could do B2G stuff, like business to government stuff, and get these contracts? Our president is about putting more minority businesses in business using contracts. Guys, we got to get ready. Like all the things I've talked about tonight, you need to have a business plan together. You need to have grant proposals written. You need to have a capability statement. You need all this stuff to have it ready. You need to get certified, because there are certain contracts, they do what's called set aside. And the set aside piece, meaning only women and minorities can get those contracts. And so if they're setting them aside for us and we're not qualified to get them, come on, guys. So anyway, so I come on. I'm missing my girl Donna, and I hope if she's available later on, I may jump back on with her. But I just came on this evening to do a Ask Me Anything so that you can ask me about your questions. So I hope I've responded to what you needed, the questions you had. And if you have any other questions, then let me know, because I wanted to come on and just stay 30 minutes. I'm going to try to find out what's going on with Donna and see if I can hook up back up with her. But my name is Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the business plug. And I've just given you business plans, certifications, grant proposals, and capability statements are the things we've talked about this evening. I come on Sundays at 7-ish. I say 7-ish because sometimes it's a little later than 7 due to technical reasons. But I come on, and my whole goal is to help you as a small business owner to get better. I'll see you next Sunday at 7. And until then, have a wonderful week. I just plugged you in. Bye.